Bam, bam, bam.
Don't, we'll get copyright striked.
Look, I am not good enough.
That's why the volume's down so low. Because the Bond theme was in this an awful lot, and I'm hoping that having it down this low will allow me to still hear it, because it's great, but won't get us copyright strike. Hello, we're playing Nightfire.
You say we,
I'm playing Nightfire. This is
and I'm watching.
arguably.
I have memories of something similar to this happening, actually.
Do you? What was that?
I don't know. I probably every week when I watch you play a game.
Oh, right, okay. Yes, so I just, this is just a test one, so we're just going to go for this, because I can't be asked to make our own.
What?
So,
Why don't you just? What have you got to do?
a lot. So we're just going to
okay.
go through this right from the beginning.
Oh my god.
This is a game I played when I was a little man, and I got it for my birthday when I got the PS2. This was one of the games I got with it, along with Medal of Honor Frontline and Kingdom Hearts, and I think Penny Racers, the racing game, believe it or not.
Oh
So,
boy.
yeah.
Oh, I already own both of those games. I wasted my time.
What, Kingdom Hearts and what?
No, sorry. I'd opened up Epic Games, whatever it is, because every week you get a free game, and this week you get 2 free games. And I already own both of them, so there's no point me having logged in. It's the only thing I do go on there for is to get free games from them every week.
Well,
oh my god, he's in the helicopter. See,
yes.
that would not be allowed. You would not be allowed to fly a helicopter that low in the middle of a city.
On New Year's Eve.
No, it wouldn't. I mean, fireworks, right? Where are the people lining the
I know,
the
right?
river?
It's awfully empty for New Year's Eve. You would think the police would be on this, but apparently not.
And he's got a sniper rifle.
We have to.
A notoriously. The thing about a sniper rifle is it's a notoriously complicated weapon to use. Like, you need to be very accurate with it. And you're in a moving helicopter, shooting at moving targets. This is like James Bond is not that good.
Yes, he is. He's fucking great.
He's not that good, and he's even worse when you're playing him. I mean, look at that.
I blew up a car by shooting it once. Look.
Yeah, I mean that is.
Scope, bitches.
Yeah, no scope because you got the auto aim on. Oh my god, you got the 007 assistant thingy
to doing the achievements.
You are special.
I am.
You are a special achievement. You are.
I think that's one lovely thing to say to a friend.
Oh my god, there's people. It's going to be a calamity.
Will I shoot one of their cars? Fuck, that's the wrong way.
It's not inverted, is it?
No.
You fucked up, Ben. You fucked up. You couldn't shoot a car. This is like when I died on Project Zomboid. This is the easy level at the start. What are you hitting in that car?
What do you mean, what am I hitting? It blows
what
up.
have you hit in the car so it blows? Wait, how have you managed to accidentally blow the car up button?
It's made of fucking nitroglycerin, I don't know.
Nitroglycerin doesn't just blow up if you shoot it. You gotta do something proper to it, like stick your plunger in it. Shoot the car! You're doing shit! No scope it! That's better. At least you hit the wheel there. That makes sense.
I just have to deal with this bit. Fucking hell.
You got shot at!
Full disclosure, I skipped this bit when I did my replay.
Right, because you're so shit at it.
Oh shit. You know
no, don't look up!
I'm doing my best.
Shoot! You missed!
Oh,
there you go. Fucking hell.
He should be a better driver.
Your pilot should be better. How did you get your gun license? You're gonna run out of ammo at this rate.
No, I'm not. It's fine.
Why did they ram each other off the road?
I don't know. They're just goons. Right. Hey.
I'm not even entirely sure you hit that.
I shot in the general area. That's good enough.
Oh, you've got to cutscene. You can't fuck this up.
Yes, this is the
Is this the bit where she reveals that she's called Felicity Shagwell or something stupid?
No, I can't remember what her surname is. I don't think it's ever revealed in game, but it is in like the game text or something. It's Dominique something. Dominique Glory Hole or something.
Most likely. The car's driving itself. Oh,
That's
he's
not
driving it. Never mind.
Desmond Llewellyn.
No, they couldn't get his face.
He was
They
dead.
do it these days, though. What with the, AI and shit.
Oh, probably. It's not John Cleese either.
No.
Right, let's hope I remember how to drive.
Hurry, we can still catch it. By the way, who are you?
The name's Bond. James Bond.
I'm sure he just said something funny. Let's laugh.
And he just introduced himself.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
It's a smoke screen deployed.
Why have you got missiles?
Because they always have missiles.
Ah,
It's the wrong
see,
way.
we now know what year this game was made.
Yeah, I know what year. I know what year this is. Are you going to say that this is set in 2001?
No, I'm going to say it's made in 2002.
Yeah, but this is set in New Year's Eve.
Yeah, no, but it can't be 2001 then. Because of a license plate. It's an O2 license plate.
All right.
So it must be March, at least March 2002.
Well, that's a
Which makes
fuck up
this-
on their part, isn't it? Because it's New Year's Eve.
It makes it, it has to be like New Year's Eve at the
2003.
end of 2002.
Yes, this game is set in 2000. Right.
I don't, it's just one of those silly little things that you notice when you know a thing or two about cars.
Here we fucking go. Lewis Hamilton over here.
Because it would have been 52. You see, if it was a car from the end of the year.
We did it. We stopped the terrorists.
Yes, but what we don't know is that they've got anthrax, and now it's in the water supply.
It was a nuke. A particularly dirty nuclear weapon, and all the
Oh,
radiation
see, we
was
didn't
in the
even
sun.
recover it. All we did was ram them off. That lorry's still in the
It's
river.
not our job. That's the job of the French. And now we're gonna
Eat.
ruin this upholstery with our dirty juices. Happy New Year, kids.
2002 into 2003.
Yes,
Remember that.
it must be. This game is set in
It's-
2003.
You see, you know how they wouldn't have allowed this to happen with the helicopter and stuff. This is post 9/11.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that was.
So,
one-
but absolutely not a chance in hell the helicopter would have been allowed to fly like that.
Let's get into the first mission of the story.
So, because obviously at the moment all we've really done is criticize your gameplay and comment on the year.
Yeah.
Have you got anything you want to talk about? Or do you want me to find something off my list of things to talk about?
Shall we do our
I have a list of things to talk about, so I'm more than happy to nab something off my list.
Yeah, go on. You do a topic, and I'll do my connections in a little while.
I would like to discuss the difference in relationship that people have with pizza, in terms of how the Americans have a relationship with it and how we have a relationship with it.
Fucking riveting stuff. Let's get cracking.
No. The way I see it, pizza in America is very much a you have a slice or two
Yeah.
thing. That's how it's presented to us in all the media, right?
Yeah.
You'll have a family of, I don't know, in Home Alone they get like 6 pizzas for everyone, yeah?
Yeah.
And there's like 13 of them, so everyone gets a half pizza at most.
Yeah.
Over here, I'd eat pizza to myself. You'd eat a pizza to yourself.
Happily.
My 8-year-old son would eat a pizza to himself.
The greedy goose.
Maybe not a big McDonald's pizza, not a big Domino's pizza, but like a normal
McDonald's
sized
used
pizza.
to do pizza for a very short window. I think that was a thing that they tried.
I feel like Americans think of pizza as more of a snack.
More of a party food, maybe, but I think Americans eat pizza.
It's much more a group activity, at the very least. You get pizza for a group of people. You don't have pizza for yourself.
I think, yes, but it's not exclusively a group activity. I think we should stress.
No. It's not like, I don't know, circle jerking,
So
which absolutely is exclusively a group activity.
I
Have you already got the golden gun?
Because I use cheats. So this is an interesting level because we have to get inside the castle and there's multiple ways to do it.
Yeah, you jump in the back of a truck.
Yes, we can pretend to be a crate of wine. We can go round the long way that gets us close to the main goal, or we can just shoot our way through the front.
Are you pretending to be a crate of wine?
Don't look at me.
Really? You just jump in it from the top of the fucking thing, Ben.
I know you do, but I wanted to shoot the man.
Why?
Because
God, you are such a mean spy. So I assume you have nothing else to comment on when it comes to pizza.
how do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
I'm fine with it.
Dirty kid. Yeah,
Like,
no,
I
I'm
wouldn't.
fine with it too.
I wouldn't often have that kind of pizza, but I would eat it if I had it.
I mean, if
You
forced,
know.
I would. I wouldn't seek it out. I certainly wouldn't. It wouldn't be my first choice, but if I was hungry,
No,
it wouldn't put me off, and I don't think it's a crime against God or whatever.
no. But speaking of crimes against God, guess what films I've watched recently?
Oh. Don't scream.
Yes, but not what ones I'm going for.
21 cases, I think you'll find.
Ha ha ha. Scream weren't the ones I was going for. I want to come back to them later. I watched the Omen films.
Did it all for you, Damien? Yeah.
Have you seen those films?
This man's being mean. Not anymore, he ain't. I've seen the first one. Watch this.
He's such an old man. He's gonna. Actually, he looks a lot like my old landlord. Keep zapping him. Ha ha ha! Take this, you bastard.
Once more for
No.
luck. All right, be about your
Unlimited
business.
power.
Yes, be about your business.
No, you've seen the first one. I'm assuming you haven't seen the second or third, then, based on that.
I'm aware of where it goes. Damien grows up, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
I mean, the first one's the good one.
Yeah, I mean, if
Would
you want
you
to call
like
it
to hear
good.
the only quip we make in game?
Go on then.
Oh, I fucked it up.
What's the quit?
Okay, so the guy standing here, you shoot him, he falls back in the ice, and Bong goes, I'd give that dive a 3, frankly, or personally. It doesn't make any real sense. It's not a good quip.
Then.
Probably the reason why he doesn't make one. What are you doing?
He's trying to open the door whilst you're trying to open the door. You're both pushing the door into each other.
Takes more than that to outwit James Bond.
Yeah. I didn't enjoy any of them.
Any of them?
I didn't. I mean, the first one is the best one. I certainly gave it a 4.
Really? On what grounds?
Genuinely, in that I didn't enjoy the film, and I think it is overrated and underplayed. And there were only 3 bits of the film where I felt anything, and one of those was peckish, which I can't really attribute to the film.
Was it the bit where Patrick Troughton gets his head cut off?
No, that wasn't what made me peckish. It was shortly after that, though, and I decided to go get some quavers.
I heard a thing about Patrick Troughton. Apparently, there is a rumor that he died after having sex with a fan at a Doctor Who convention.
I mean, how soon after? Because if it was like minutes after,
like during.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ.
That's the rumor.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
How bad was she? No. But in all seriousness, I didn't find the film scary, which is understandable because horror has got like our standards of horror have changed considerably over the course of the last few decades. Right, I get that. That's perfectly fine. But there were only 2 moments other than peckish where I felt something, and one of them was when Damien's not mother falls off the landing and ends up having the miscarriage. And as she was falling, I was like, "Oh fuck, that's really shit." You know, it wasn't scary, but it wasn't horror, but it was horrifying. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Like the realization that that's what's going to happen was and then the bit when his not dad is like trying to kill him, and I, with an 8-year-old kid, was like, "Holy fuck, how can he do this?" But he's got to do this. But how can he do it?
Hang on, are you telling me if Henry was like the child of Satan, which in a sense he kind of is, you wouldn't kill him to save the world?
Go into this in the writing, and you will have to read it to find out.
Well,
but no, I watched all 3 of them. I watched one night, and I watched the other 2 the next 2 nights, which was last night. I watched 2 of them last night, and I regret it because they were shit. Like
So,
the best thing about the second one is that Lance Henriksen's in it, and he's in it for like 3 minutes.
so we're not allowed to use weapons in this bit. It's
Okay.
basically just a party, and yeah.
There's a lot of women at this party.
Yes, that's the point. You're supposed to be charming.
Hang on, she's the main woman, isn't she?
She's one of the ladies. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Just you to not be charming. Look at how they're looking at you.
How are you? I have been invited to this gathering. I'm very tall, aren't I? Jesus.
Or they're really short.
Fucking pygmies everywhere.
How are you compared? You're, oh, to be fair, he's shorter than
It
you.
looks
isn't
like Roger Moore crossed with Timothy Dalton. I mean, that's intentional.
he? And
Oh, look at this. It's a set-up interaction with a character who will become somewhat important.
Sam Neill's in the third one,
Yes, he plays Damien, doesn't he?
and I thought it was very disappointing in the role, considering Sam Neill. You expect something decent, don't you? But no, I was sorely disappointed. I did make a few notes about the first film.
Okay.
I genuinely there was a point when there was a Rottweiler doing some barking stuff, and I genuinely looked at it and said, spooky dog."
Certainly is.
And then there was a little bit later on when Damien and Not Mother went to the zoo, and there were some giraffes and they got spooked, and I was like, "Oh, spooked giraffes!" And it caught my attention that there was a point when Damien's dad, who is the ambassador to the UK,
Played by Gregory Peck, right?
I think so, and I'm pretty sure it's probably a private plane, given the fact that he's in that job role.
Yeah.
He was carrying knives on a plane.
Well, that was pre 9/11. You could carry fucking anything on a plane.
I know. I just it's just it feels weird seeing it. I made a note about the second Omen film.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest takeaway from it is that the devil moves in ridiculous ways because of all the ridiculous ways that people die in it, including the guy gets cut in half by an elevator cable death,
Right.
which happens in it, which is like that's Final Destination shit. That is.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a beheading in the first one, which is pretty similar, but I didn't think about it at the time. And then in the third film,
Who's the guy who gets impaled on the thing? Is that
I
Patrick
need you to
Troughton?
be more specific.
And the first one, the church spire.
Yeah, that's Patrick Troughton.
Who gets his head cut off?
The photographer whose name eludes me. David Warren played him, I think.
Oh, yes, he's in that too. All right, go on. What about the third one?
In the third one, the second coming of Jesus is meant to happen, yeah?
Yeah.
And they give us the date and the rough period of time in that day, but it's meant to happen.
Oh boy, where's this going?
24th of March,
Okay.
before 6 o'clock in the morning. My son,
Oh no.
no, my son was born 4 minutes past 6 on the 24th of March.
Oh,
So he just missed out.
on being the next Jesus.
Oh boy.
That's a shame. It would have been nice to know Jesus.
Yeah, it would. I got offended Jesus all
Right.
my life.
Shit's hit the fan. That's the wrong door. What do you think
I
of this
would-
library?
I feel like there's not enough books and far too many, and not enough shelves, not enough books, and far too many seating arrangements.
I agree.
Oh, good. Let's spruce it up a bit.
That's the problem with castles and shit, big buildings and video games. You need an awful lot of space. Because it's got to be a full level. So a lot of the time, there's just corridors and halls like this.
See, I feel like they did all right in GoldenEye with that. Like the archive room that we have, when you're breaking out, just before you get the tank. That one level where you get to drive a tank. Like they have a nice level and there's hallways and stuff, but none of the rooms feel overly sized.
Well, you see an
They
archive,
all feel appropriate.
it's all sort of, it's very functional. Whereas a house, it's more, you know, this is a very big room with very little in it. You know?
Yeah. And it wouldn't really feel like it would have been a function room before, does it?
No. There's probably about 50 rooms like this.
Imagine the heating bill.
It is in Switzerland, so it's going to be pretty nippy.
How much do you know about the biblical family tree?
Which one?
Well, you know, the whole God, Jesus thing.
Okay, well, God had Jesus who, and that's it, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I know of some interpretations that say that the devil is another of God's kids, right? Which would make the Antichrist Jesus's nephew.
Uncle Jesus. Fuck you, Uncle
Uncle,
Jesus.
trying to kill Uncle Jesus, Uncle Jesus Crazy.
My uncle's a
You know.
carpenter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's called Jesus. He's always hanging out with his fucking mates, doing fucking shitty tricks. Oh, I hate that guy.
Tell you what though, he's very cheap to take out drinking.
Mm.
I mean, that's the best Jesus ability, isn't it? That's his best superpower. Sod being able to make blind people see again. Sod being able to save people from the dead, from dying. You know, turning water into wine.
I mean, if that was
Tell
your,
me you
if that was your only ability, you could still make a fortune out of it, couldn't you?
exactly. I mean, it depends how good the wine is. In fairness, if it's shit wine, you probably wouldn't make that much money.
Well, even so,
I suppose people will buy it, and then it's too late, isn't it?
yeah. You could go on Britain's Got Talent. You could probably stretch that into an act.
The amount of shit they stretch into multiple acts, I'm sure you'd do quite well.
Da, da, da,
But I would want that over all the others. I think.
What, being able to raise the dead?
No, I think I would prefer water into wine over raising the dead. Because
Right.
all you're going to get is sob stories and people crying at you all the time and saying, "Bring my whoever back to life."
Well,
please."
that's why you work for a shady Saudi family who just pay you to keep bringing them back.
I don't think I want to live out there.
Right, no, I still need to get some stuff.
And at some point, I'm going to die still.
That's true, but Jesus also found a way around that, remember?
Yeah, but I don't have that ability.
Well, you know what?
I can bring other people back from the dead, and that's it. I can't bring me back from the dead. I'm dead.
You'll still have a long life. You'll have all the Saudi billionaire money, wouldn't you?
No, because what's going to happen is someone's going to realise that they're not going to get the inheritance until their such and such has died, and then they're going to bump me off.
Well, I don't think they would. They just up the bid. You know.
I'm not
Get to you
viable.
first
Well,
and
I
say,
suppose
"Look,
the whole.
I will pay you more than you know, my uncle wants you to bring his beloved brother back.
Uncle Jesus.
Yeah, I want him dead because then I inherit everything. We'll do your deal. I will pay you more if you just refuse.
I don't think I could justify doing that.
Well, that's your.
I'd rather sell wine.
That's. I mean, fair enough. If you don't think you've got the balls to be a terrible human being.
Exactly, that's it. I don't think I could be a terrible human being. I think I would rather just sell wine. It's not even like I'm exploiting anyone. You know, making wine. All I'm doing is putting wine companies out of business.
I suppose.
We don't need more wine companies. We just need the one. Mine. Are you googling where you need to go?
I know where to go. I've played this game plenty of times. I've already been there
Oh,
in this level.
it froze on my screen. So, so as far as I can tell, you were still stood in that stairwell.
Right, let's go.
And you'd
Tuds.
stopped. So you must be fucking freezing.
Yeah, probably. It's not my fault she dressed for a party and not for an alpine escape.
She's a spy. She should know better. Is this the bit where we find out that she's actually working against you?
No.
Is this the bit where she dies?
No, she doesn't die. This is the next few levels are the only ones in which she appears. And now we've got to take out this guy.
Whee! Meow. See, that would kill most people straight away.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hit him with 3 and it doesn't kill him.
What, did he have like a Jesus guy bringing him back?
No, he crashes and gets a terrible scar, but we'll see him again.
Oh my god, they don't call him Scarface, do they?
No, they call him Rook.
course I do. It's been a while since I've seen anything to do with this. It's a good job he's got such strong arms, James Bond. So such strong that he doesn't have to, I don't know, worry about rope burn, and he can face plant some breasts or something. I mean, let's be honest, he basically did.
Yeah, this is as I say, this is widely regarded as the best James Bond game. It's often been said that it could be turned into a movie. And I kind of agree.
I really doubt that it's actually really considered the best James Bond game
It kind of
when
is.
GoldenEye is out there.
I don't know. It's considered by some, I suppose, to be the best Bond game.
Okay.
It's very
I-
very fondly regarded by the fan base at large.
I would accept that that is probably a true statement. Yeah.
Certainly, it's the best Bond game I've ever played. Although I've only played 2.
Which two?
This one,
Yeah.
and God, he fucked that door up, and Everything or Nothing.
I don't think I played that one. I played The World Is Not Enough.
That one's a nasty bit of business.
What's wrong with her eyes?
Perfect.
She got concussion from when she got face planted.
Very optimistic,
Yeah,
giving her 30 seconds to get that thing started.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Hurry, Zoe. We haven't much time.
I've only said the thing for 30 seconds.
Probably shouldn't have done that.
She's still not going. Oh, she's going to wait for the explosion to give him a jump start.
Yes, we'll use the force of the explosion to propel us.
Bam, bam,
Who the
bam.
fuck is shooting at me now?
Where's the it's gone. The explosive's gone.
So it is. Do you mind?
Honestly, like you, there's no rush at all. I think you need to aim a little bit higher for that.
No
Lower.
problem. There we go.
Oh, well, that was a long 30
Just in
seconds.
time.
That was a movie 30 seconds. Wow. Speaking of dying, did you hear about DJ Casper?
Is that the 14-year-old?
No.
I read
DJ Casper is the guy who did the cha-cha slide.
Oh, right. Yes, I did. I did read about a 14-year-old influencer who said that she died, but apparently there's no records of her dying or something. And it's a bit shady. I don't know. But no, DJ, the what is it? Cha-cha slide.
Yeah, the cha-cha slide.
That's a pop.
Which is, everyone knows the cha-cha slide, right?
Yeah.
Behind us, James.
Yeah. One of those things.
How old was he?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you hear
I didn't
about
read the article. I looked at the headline.
Look out, James. They're up ahead.
Did I hear what?
Did you hear about that pub? That,
The Crooked House or whatever it's called.
very suspiciously,
Up ahead, James.
oh god, that very suspiciously burned down shortly after the developer bought it.
And then got demolished.
Yes, and I read that they apparently hired the digger before it burned down.
Oh. Very suspicious.
On the left.
I better
Did you
figure
hear-
out how to switch to missiles because there's a bit coming up where I need them.
Behind us, James.
Did you hear about Joe Pasquale?
Oh yeah, that was one of the weirder stories. He got impaled on an antler or something, didn't
Yeah, a moose antler. Like, how the hell does... It was only in the leg or the ankle or something, so it wasn't like somewhere ridiculously important. But fucking hell. Like, that doesn't happen to people.
James, they're closing the gate.
So ridiculous a thing is it. I wrote it down and then forgot all about it.
he? Okay, now you're supposed to switch to your missiles at this point. I don't
Shoot
know
the red
how.
thing.
No. But mercifully, if we wait long enough, the helicopter will follow behind us and do it for us.
Can you blast it?
God,
No.
they just keep popping up, don't they?
Behind us.
There we go. See,
Oh, hello, helicopter. Is that one of our helicopters?
it's the one. Do you remember when we were in the courtyard and there was a helicopter there? It's that one.
I don't remember, but
Well, there was a helicopter in the courtyard.
Ramp it.
In for a bumpy ride.
Oh, it's always a vague Drake's pursuing forces. It's never ask how they're doing.
Sorry, we forgot to make a reservation.
Fuck your dinner.
Armco barriers are meant to stop things like that happening.
We killed
You're not meant to
3
be able to...
waiters.
Ah, the minimum wage employees.
There's an
What do
achievement
they
you can get
contribute?
for. Would you kindly fuck right off?
No. That would be a much better song for Will Young to have sang. I think I better fuck right off.
James, in front of us.
Don't you think?
Yeah. Well,
I'd be more inclined to listen to it.
Whoa.
Cross off Joe Pasquale as well.
Should I do one of my topics?
If you want. I've halved my list.
Well, this was a rather interesting news story that caught my eye. A woman was attacked by a snake and a hawk simultaneously in America.
Ah, yes. Yes.
The woman in her 60s, she was doing garden work with her husband, and a hawk carrying a snake dropped the snake. It landed on the woman, coiled round her arm, and apparently it didn't bite her, but it was like striking at her, and then the hawk swooped down to try and get its meal back. It started clawing at her, and she just kept screaming, oh Jesus, help me.
So that seems very much like the kind of thing that there was a point in the second Omen film where a woman gets a flat tire, gets out of her car, gets attacked by a raven. It basically incapacitates her to the point where she's barely able to walk about. She ends up standing in front of a lorry and it plows into it.
Are you aware of the Omen curse?
No.
Associated with the film production of the first Omen.
Oh, I feel like I saw something, but I didn't really read into it.
Well,
I
naturally,
figured I
it was
couldn't,
assumed because they were making a film about the devil that it was cursed.
Hmm.
But I think on the way back from like the rap party or something, I don't know whether it was the director, but someone pretty high up with the film was traveling with a woman. There was a car accident, and she was decapitated in much the same way David Warner is in that film.
Hmm.
And they were 600. There was a sign next by them, and they were 666 miles or kilometers or whatever from a town called Omen.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like, I don't believe in curses, but that thing
I
might
just
have
feel
been
like the kind
cursed.
of thing that they would just use for, you know, for what do we call it?
An anecdote.
Publicity.
Yeah. I don't know. It does sound too bad to be true, doesn't it? Really.
Do you know where you are in this part of the game? Switzerland, you said.
Yeah.
I think you've gone into Bavaria
Possible.
from there, which means that you've crossed international borders. And not only that, but do you know what time of year it's meant to be?
Well, I would imagine. Oh, for fuck's sake! How do you reverse? Oh, there you are.
You would imagine.
I don't know, like March.
You see, I just saw an Oktoberfest banner.
Look, you are so bloody observant. So ready
I
bloody
am.
observant.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Just can't mind your own business, can you? Couldn't keep
All
your
I'm saying is,
nose
I
out.
saw an Oktoberfest banner. Do you know what time of year that most likely to be?
I don't think it's October, is it?
No.
Is it like August or September or something?
I would say, based on the signs, that the lack of Oktoberfestness is more likely to be early September, which is pre-Oktoberfest, but still at the point where they'd have the banners up.
Well, this fucking timeline juts around, doesn't it?
No, I mean, the first mission isn't connected to the rest of the game. Is it?
No, it's it's consistent. I suppose it makes sense Bond's reaction to seeing Dominique again. That he hasn't seen this woman he knew, late the previous year turns up again.
Yeah,
But it's
9
not
months
particularly-
later.
you just assume.
9 months
okay.
later, and she's not telling him he's a father. Of course he's happy.
James Bond, well, in the films, in Daniel Craig's films, he has a daughter. And in
Yeah,
one of the-
because James Bond would never use protection, would he?
well, I mean, you know, the best protection is only 99% effective, and you can't really beat those odds, can he? He does have a
I
kid
mean-
in the books as well.
Yeah, I ain't reading the books.
And
I've not watched most of the films, to be honest with
it's
you.
all right
Why would you stop on a frozen lake?
because there's a cutscene. We have to be polite.
Dispatch all the enemies. Right, stick a stamp on them. Put them in the post box. You're firing a lot of missiles at once.
I know. I've got 2 left, which is concerning.
Nope, you got 12.
Even so, that's 2 at a time. That's 6 shots. Some more over there. Looks like. Right.
You have a minute and a half.
Who fucking wants some?
Yeah. It's not, it's 4 at a time, Ben.
Oh, fucking A. Hey, we did it.
I'm not entirely sure you picked up the... What you meant? Oh, it's there's a plane there. Okay.
I don't know where they're gonna land. 5 fucking miles away, presumably, and we're gonna backtrack. But yeah, we made it out.
Somehow.
So, yes. Now, the next level in the game is a personal favourite of mine.
Oh boy.
Now, James Bond went to Japan and You Only Live Twice, but we don't... This game is very Japan heavy. It's Japan in the early 2000s, which is, believe it or not, very different to Japan in the mid-60s. So we have to save this guy. I want you to bear that in mind. Our one job is to save this guy, to keep him alive at all costs. And
And you're gonna judo chop him.
the accuser have been sent to kill him.
That's not a guy.
No, that's...
I mean, that was James Bond. Is that his sexually available housekeeper?
No, he says later that they're like family to him. He urges us to protect them. Numerous geisha girls.
Hang on, is that him?
Yes. Jim
He's
Broadbent.
definitely the kind of guy who's moved over there to get some.
Like one of those dirty old men who moves to Thailand and marries a 19-year-old.
Yep. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I don't know. No man with so many buttons undone on his shirt could be up to no good. In a place that's actually raining, so it can't be that fucking warm.
Oh, have you not heard of humid?
Well, no, that's a fair point. Fair point.
Here's a question for you, Ben.
What?
Would you ever have a secret bookcase door?
Yes.
What would you want behind it?
A bookcase.
A
bookcase full
bookcase.
of naughty books.
A bookcase hidden behind a bookcase.
I open the bookcase.
Nothing else, just a bookcase with
Full
naughty
of
books.
respectable books, and it's full of stuff by the Marquis de Sade.
What would you want the whatchamacallit, the key to the book that you pull out to?
You have to. I would have. Good question. You have to rub Virginia Bottomley's autobiography.
Okay,
Stroke Virginia Bottomley. And
fair enough.
what would you have?
Well, I would definitely have the bookcase door.
Yeah.
I would have it lead into a hallway that you can get into some other way,
Right.
so it doesn't lead to anything of value.
So just it's like just another way into your entrance hall,
Yeah, just another way in.
and it's longer and more convoluted.
Yeah.
You have
Why
to
not,
have
right?
a way to get it. What would be the book?
Oh, it'd probably be something just random book. I can't think off the top of my head what I would probably pick, but it would potentially be like the one book I wouldn't read. To the Bible, probably. It's probably quite obvious, but
Our chief objective here is to rescue the geisha girls. It is arguably not the most important objective, because he gives us 2 others that are kind of mission critical.
What you're looking for is locked in my bedroom.
He's basically, he works for the main villain. He's decided to turncoat. We've got to save him. He's handing over information critical to the villain's plan,
I'll be back for you.
and he also wants us to wipe his hard drive.
I bet he does, dirty bastard.
Just so he doesn't leave a paper trail for the villain to find him. But I think there's more going on.
There's always more going on.
So, this is his bunker, right?
Hang on,
hang on. What?
Okay. Yeah, this is his bunker.
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed you were going to have a look around it properly so we could see it, but
No, my point is, there's a fucking ladder that leads out to the shed, and there's a guy right there.
and there's no hatch or anything.
No.
If I had a bunker, I'd do it right. There'd be a secret bookcase behind it.
Oh, naturally.
Oh, honestly. All this money that he's got, and he's got a shitty little shed like that.
It's a lovely house, really.
All Japanese private domiciles look like this in games. All of them.
Surprise,
I am the
bitches.
toilet demon.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, you fucking idiot.
She ran in front of my bullet.
Oh, yeah.
He went down
Honestly.
like a sack of shit. Jesus.
You've got the golden gun. What do you expect?
You know,
Never try and rescue me in a hostage situation.
he doesn't need to know. We could just pretend. We could have just put her back down that fucking vent and left her there and just said, "Yeah, no, I saved him. It's fine." But no.
No, because I'd like to think he'd notice the smell at some point.
Well, he's not coming back, is he?
I don't know.
He's running away from a guy who wants him dead. Look at all these Yakuza he sent round to his place. He's getting the hell out of Dodge and he's not coming back.
This isn't Dodge.
Right. Let's try this again. Fuck it, I'm going
Are
the
you-
front way this time. Watch it. That was a close one.
You saved my life.
Why, thank you, Mr. Bond.
How will I repay you?
If I live through this, I'll need a large sake. and one
To be fair, it does look quite a lot like Pierce Brosnan.
It does.
Yeah, I will.
But,
See, why is he snogging the geisha girl? He's got another one to rescue.
he's got several to rescue. This is
He said one of 2 hostages rescued.
in this part, yeah. But there's 2 more later. But it always
Ugh.
amuses me. Like she must have. Someone had a gun to her head. She must have thought she was gonna die. She should be sitting in the corner, crying and throwing up.
Well, people get turned on by violence and danger, don't they?
Or maybe she is. Or maybe she's
Sorry,
been conditioned to provide sex as thanks by her evil white master.
Yeah, and just another white guy who's turned up. White hero, white savior syndrome.
Yes. There we go. I don't know what practical purpose this room serves to him.
It doesn't.
Okay,
It's a punishment room.
where he puts them when they don't massage him to his liking.
Oh, this is terrible.
What is?
This situation that they're in. Feel bad for them. These fictional women in this James Bond game.
Probably did her a kindness by accidentally shooting her.
Yeah. Most likely.
You know what, I'm
You
getting
get to
bored
pop
of
up behind. You get to pop up underneath someone who's in a toilet
it. No,
and like be the toilet demon.
no. That is a thing in Japan.
Alright, that's why I mentioned it. Jesus Christ.
Ah. Right, let's deal with this guy's, what I can only assume is a horrendous amount of hentai. Fuck's sake.
That's not how you delete a hard drive. For God's sake, James.
Nobody's getting access to that. He can't be asked. You look like a fucking nerd. Don't fucking move. So you see this camera?
Yep.
That leads back to the bunker. We could have seen, well, we wouldn't have seen anything on the screen, but it would just be an empty kitchen. But yeah, he was watching all of that.
Christ. So it's a good job we saved her then.
Yeah. Alright, now we have to get his all the files from his safe.
You know, last week I mentioned that I've got my customer who's had quite a few batches off me, and I was considering whether maybe I should double check that they're actually okay to do all this shit.
Yeah. Have they
Uh,
killed
they
themselves as well?
they've had 10 more off me since, and in the last 5 minutes they've messaged asking for another 5.
Well, somebody's got
Um,
crunchy
I think they're
socks.
addicted. They're addicted.
See, this
right?
is a nice little bit, and I do like this safe, even though you can't really put a lot in it. It's not a very good safe, is it? Yeah, they're addicted to your content. Humble brag much.
Well, it's nice for someone to be addicted to anything I do. They pay me as well, which is nice. Like I don't feel like I have to chase them for payment because I don't have to chase them for payment. So
Oh, that was close.
they've never not paid me. And the 10 that they asked for this last time, not this time just gone, but the time before, it was initially 5, and then they were like, oh, they paid me for the 5 and 5 more. I'm like, oh, can you do another 5 for me? Like they sort of locked me into doing the 10, right? But you know, they'll prepay and pay quickly after, and they're probably my best customer. Like in every sense, they're my best customer. And I know their address because of PayPal.
Where do they live?
Hartlepool. I know, right? That's all you're getting.
This is where his servants sleep, and I'm sure occasionally him.
Only occasionally. Hang on, was she? Go back to the thingy.
What thingy?
Oh no, that wasn't a video chat service. Never mind.
Well, he probably doesn't pay him.
No, not him, but I'm sure he probably hires them out, right?
All his mates at the club.
Why would you go into the cupboard? Like, why would James Bond go into the cupboard? He never gets lost in these films, does he?
No, quite right. There's never a bit where he's pissing about Blofield's volcano base, just trying to figure out where he's going, and accidentally walks into like HR or something.
He has this wonderful sense of maybe all villain bases have the same basic layout,
Probably.
like a prefabricated design. So henchmen who often probably interchange between villains because the villains die out so often don't have issues when they.
You would imagine it's probably a very user-friendly place. Like it does have a good sense of direction, a good natural flow, and being villains, they probably pay a lot for top-quality architects who know all about this sort of thing.
Wait, one more thing. What is it? It better be important. Oh no, it didn't. I thought it was going to go back to him.
Oh no!
I was going to do something about wanting to get jacked off.
Wait here. Let's get moving.
Well, shit.
Oh my god, it's Black Panther. Oh my god, he can take so many shotguns.
We did it. Not really, because the guy's dead.
Mission complete.
A very awkward conversation with M. You know that one thing he asked me to do? I didn't do it.
Yeah, well...
I did save
funny...
some geisha girls who were probably being sex trafficked. And
funny thing.
I destroyed the largest hentai collection in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Which is saying something.
His proudest achievement yet. He saved the world once again.
Where were you when I needed you?
She was pinned down.
Oh yeah, I bet. By another horny white man. Oh, my drink is in my bag, and my bag's over there. Have you seen Matt Hancock lately?
No. We're not
Have
on
you not?
speaking terms anymore.
No, me neither. But I'll tell you, I have seen him on TikTok, and the thing I specifically saw him doing is the Ken song from a Barbie film.
What, actually singing?
Well, lip syncing it,
Oh,
but on a
fuck off.
beach, walking along a beach. And then I saw someone had duetted it, which is I don't know how familiar you are with TikTok, but it's, you do a video next to the video and they're playing at the same time. And someone had put this Ken over saw the death of however many million people during COVID, and it's a picture of Matt
I
Hancock
know, I hate how we have
in the
to
middle.
rehabilitate these awful people. I want to do my connections round.
Do you want to do it now, or do you want
Yeah,
to wait
I
until?
want to do it now. I want to do it now.
Okey-dokey.
Okay. So it's a music one.
Oh Christ,
There
that's a
are
surprise.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 names.
16 names. They are people who had posthumous UK number ones.
No.
Okay.
Shirley
Cool.
Bassey.
We've done that one.
Shirley
So,
Bassey.
Shirley Bassey. Okay.
Shirley Bassey. Duran Duran.
They are James Bond theme artists.
And Shirley Bassey.
They are James Bond theme artists.
Yes, but no. It's not the connection.
Okay. But they are. They have all done.
Yes, they have.
Yeah.
And
And I believe she did 2, and Duran Duran did 1.
she did 3, yes.
Oh, okay.
You know which 3?
Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Diamonds Are Forever.
Yeah.
And Thunderball.
Moonraker. Do you know which...
Moonraker, of course.
do you know what... oh, fun fact. They encourage you to use your dart gun. If you use your dart gun, they'll wake up. If you punch them, they disappear after a while. It's
Oh.
better to just deck them. Do you know what Shirley Bassey was singing about in Diamonds Are Forever?
Cocaine.
No. She was having
I
a
don't know
hard
then.
time being passionate about a rock. So she asked John Barry, like, how do I do this? And John Barry said, imagine you're singing about a penis.
Ah, okay.
The lyrics make sense. Diamonds are forever, they are all I need to please me. They can scintillate and tease me. Another one is, touch it, stroke it and undress it. Hold it close and then caress it.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
But yeah, no, good guess, right in a way, but no.
Okay.
Bonnie Tyler and Johnny Cash.
Ah, okay. They are all people who worked with Jim Steinman.
No, I don't know who
I think
that
his
is.
name
Who's
was.
that?
Oh, okay. Well, he's a music producer.
Oh, right. No.
It's very likely because I know Bonnie definitely did.
Alice.
Is Meatloaf on your list?
No. Alice Cooper
Okay.
and Blondie.
Ah, okay. So these are people where it's not their real names.
Possible, but no.
Duran is not the name of the people in it.
No. It's not 4 or 5 guys called Duran Duran.
Well, it'd be Dur, Ran, and Ran.
Yeah.
I feel like Duran Duran was like a 3-piece.
I don't know.
Simon Le Bon was definitely one of them.
Yes. Because in the music video for Beautiful Kill, he goes, the name's Bon. Simon Le Bon. And everybody...
Of course he does.
Yeah.
God, more people.
Pet Shop Boys.
Yep.
And Ace of Base.
They are all people who have stopped a Bond song from getting to number 1.
It is. I'll give you a clue. It is Bond song related.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why I wanted to do it now because it is applicable.
Ah, okay. So they wrote a Bond song.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
because
okay,
you don't necessarily.
Some did. I'll put
Okay,
it
because just because you wrote it, just because you performed it, doesn't necessarily mean you wrote it.
Yes.
Does it? You see. So.
K.D. Lang and Radiohead.
Where'd you come from?
They were turned down from writing Bond songs and performing them.
I'm going to give you that, even though
Okay.
you were unsure.
Were you going to
about
have U2 on that list?
No, I didn't have U2 on it. I had.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, I'll hide in this cupboard.
That's not a cupboard. It's a server room. No, it might as well be a cupboard.
So, let's start at the top. Shirley Bassey sang "Kiss Kiss Bang Bang," which was a Thunderball idea. She also did a song for Quantum of Solace, allegedly. It might have just been a tribute thing. We're not sure. Who else to say? Duran. They did one for Tomorrow Never Dies. Tomorrow Never Dies is... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Tomorrow Never Dies is an interesting one. Because, it was sort of opened up. So they had a they approached a number of artists. And had them write songs. So you've also got Pulp did one. Saint-Ten. Never heard of him really.
No, I don't know.
KD Lang is an interesting one. Am I going the right way?
I don't know. He wanted you to find the door to the balcony.
Her she did a Bong song called Surrender, which was originally the title sequence song. It lost out to Tomorrow Never Dies by Sheryl Crow. So it was Surrender was the title song in the end credits. Bonnie Tyler, Never Say Never Again, which is the non-official Bond theme. She said she turned it down because it was, quote, a bit naff. Johnny Cash, Thunderball. Alice Cooper did The Man with the Golden Gun, which is a great version. I like it a lot. Blondie did a version of For Your Eyes Only. Pet Shop Boys, The Living Daylights. Ace of Base, Goldeneye. Radiohead did Spectre. Motive 8 and Kim Mazel did a Goldeneye. And Eurythmics and Scott Walker both did versions of The World Is Not Enough. So, there you go.
Jump, James, jump.
No, I can't. I've got to wait for the lift.
Don't get crushed by the lift, James.
So glad there's nobody in that.
Yeah, it's really awkward.
And
There's someone on the ledge. Something.
Doesn't Japan look...
What, a lot like New York?
Yeah, very bleak. Generic metropolis.
Yeah.
Thank you, Q. I can recognise a vent.
Oh no! Thank God there's no one in this storage room. That would have been awkward if the interns were making out.
Oh, this is, you know the guy who we failed to save last time?
Is this his boardroom?
Yeah, this is sort of his officey bit.
I will count to 3. There will not be a 4.
Oh, fuck.
Do you know any fun facts about Die Hard?
No.
Because of the nature of business and movie making and the fact
yes,
that...
no, I do know this. Die
Go on,
Hard
then.
is based on it's based on a book, isn't it? In a book
Yeah.
series, and one of these books was initially adapted in like the 60s or something, and it was Frank Sinatra played him in the movie. And it was stipulated in his contract that if they ever made another adaptation of this book series, he had right of first refusal. So when it came to making Die Hard, they had to ask Frank Sinatra if he wanted to do it.
Yes. How fucking ridiculous is that? Can you imagine 60-year-old Frank Sinatra? Because he was in his 60s at this point, going around and like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
They would have changed it up. It would have been family friendly. Would have been Okay, oh, I know where that is.
Honestly, tell me you
massive
wouldn't
fucking
watch that film,
yes.
though. You would fucking watch that film.
1 minute.
Yeah, I would actually, but I don't think they would have adapted it quite the same. They probably wouldn't have made it, honestly. Frank Sinatra said yes.
Be careful, old boy.
Oh, they'd have made it.
No, they wouldn't have.
There's no reason why they can't make it now, to be honest with you. Rather than, ethics. Why have you got a shaver?
Oh shit!
Did you pick up a toiletries bag?
No, it's a flashbang grenade.
Oh, okay.
Disguised cannily as an electric shaver. Oh fuck it! Who cares if I? Where do I go? I played this
into the elevator.
Oh no, it's this one.
You must get out of
Oh, how convenient that she's waiting there in casual clothing.
Well, she was on the helicopter.
That is a very tight top.
It is.
Drake Coudenhofen made you safe without the password, and he's not
Wow.
To the roof. You'll find a parachute in the helicopter. It's your
So
only
yeah,
chance
no,
to make
I feel like they would have made it. I would like to see it if I would have liked to see it, but knowing how Die Hard is meant to be, I would have liked to see it, and I would have liked to see how Alan Rickman handled it if they still had him in it,
Mm.
Please, James, go now.
because you know, I mean that was his first movie role, wasn't it?
I think it might have been.
It was. It was his first film. He was in a stage play that got made into a film, but he couldn't be in that because he was in Die Hard. So they got John Malkovich in that instead. Can't remember what the film is. Some Ponzi
Was
thing.
it Being John Malkovich? Was Alan
No,
Rickman
no,
the
no.
first choice for John Malkovich in Being John Malkovich?
Funnily enough, yeah. How did you guess that?
How do you miss at that range?
Well, you missed quite easily at any range. Some poor guy's having a cup of tea.
What do you mean?
Well, one of those missiles, one of those errant missiles that you fight.
Yes. There's some fucking
Is it-
karaoke bars about to get leveled.
Those poor bastards. Are you meant to have killed him? Oh, you blew him
Oh
up.
well, I assume that blew it. Yeah, well, no, it's just something you can do. You don't have to do it.
Oh,
Fun
okay.
fact: you're supposed to grab the parachute and jump off. When I first played this level as a kid, I didn't know about the parachute, or I thought I picked it up, and I jumped, and it didn't go well.
I remember spending ages and ages and ages on the GoldenEye game and trying to work out how the fuck to get past the dam, not realizing you literally just had to jump off the platform.
See, these things are always revealed to you in cutscenes or whatever, but as a kid, you sort of skip them. You don't really care.
There isn't anything in the cutscene for the GoldenEye one. It doesn't tell you.
All right. Well, I suppose you have to watch the film. What he does in the
Yeah.
film.
Sorry to drop in like this.
Well, hello there. Sorry for dropping in like this.
Yeah, he said that.
I can't hear him, so
Well, he did, and he genuinely said, "Sorry for dropping in like this."
well, that is how predictable the fucking dialogue in these films.
How
is
long have
and
we been
games
going
is.
for?
We started to record about an hour and 10
and
minutes.
3
ago.
minutes. So, yeah.
In the middle of a chain
Well,
reaction.
this is the level I had a lot of trouble with as a kid. It's actually one of my favourites nowadays. It's a very sniper-heavy one.
Oh,
Well,
not
our
sniper.
villain is a industrialist, and one of the things he does is his company decommissions nuclear power plants. And this is a nuclear power plant he's decommissioning.
So we're going to go in and blow it up.
I sure hope he's disposing of all that nuclear waste safely and not hoarding it for nuclear missiles.
Ha ha ha. Oh my god, we just punched a sniper. Oh my god, he's talking to a reporter. He looks like a shady. I bet he doesn't eat out.
What do you mean?
Ah, he looks like the kind of guy who doesn't eat out.
Well, he's probably very rich. All of his meals come to him, I should imagine. I don't think he goes to restaurants.
Not that kind of eating out, Ben.
What makes you say that?
It's the beard, the goatee. Something tells me he doesn't. And she looks a lot. Oh, she looks a lot like Anne Hathaway in The Princess Diaries.
I thought you were going to say she looks a lot like Linda Kasabian or whatever your crush's name is.
No,
Incidentally, nobody played that competition.
I'm sure. I'll be surprised if anyone saw the video.
No. Yes, we have to investigate a series of buildings. See if there's any shady shit going on at this guy's place. Spoiler alert, there is.
Oh, we don't by any chance have to jump into the... You just shot him in the cock. You've done it again. I assume you had to jump into the air vent.
You can. There is an alternative way. That's not as different as you'd think. It's a different air vent.
Oh my god.
We get our choice and we get an award for choosing the different air vent. Well, I think... Is there another one? I think there is.
Oh, it's bloody warm, isn't it?
It is. We are in the middle of a little August or summer seems to have finally arrived in this country. And boy howdy, it was saving up a good one. because it was lovely out today.
I'll tell you what, I prefer here to Hawaii right now.
Yes, which is on fire along with many other parts of the world, like Greece.
Whatever you do, don't pour water on it. That's not how you solve a grease fire.
Fuck you both.
Because you didn't laugh at that.
But it was a good joke.
It's an old. I did it earlier in the series.
Oh, right.
I did it like 5 weeks ago or something stupid. Which tells you just how long this has been going on.
Well, it's only going to get worse, but it was lovely out today. I kind of hope this is the future of climate change for us, where it's very, very warm, but it's for the most part nice rather than universally deadly. Although, of course, people will die because of it in this country. Because it ain't
Why have
good
you got
for
what the
hardcores.
fuck is that?
That?
Is that a jetpack?
Yeah.
Quick, steer it.
Why has he got a jetpack that looks like
Because
it might be
he's-
used in space?
He's got a jetpack because he's been playing GTA San Andreas.
So that's where CJ sold it to some shady fucking industrialist.
Well, you know, when you've got no one left in your family alive and everyone's betrayed you, what else are you going to do with your stuff? But it's a shady people. But not Slim Shady.
What was his brother called? CJ's brother, the guy who was in prison?
I don't actually know, to be honest with you.
I can't remember.
All I know is Big Smoke let us down. And Big Smoke wasn't ordering as much food as everyone seems to think he was.
I think he was. That's.
No, he was ordering for everyone.
But don't they say? Aren't they like? A pretty shitty cutscene then.
I saw something fairly recently, and there was a little bit of conversation just before it, and it reveals that most of that order is actually for everyone else. Like he's ordering more food for him than everyone else are getting for themselves, but it's not the whole list is for him. That's why he's the only one who talks to the intercom. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, he's a fat fuck." What's everyone else getting?
Well,
And actually,
it's funnier to pretend that he's already the way I always read that scene was that they had already ordered, well, some of it was for them, but the most of it was for him. I mean, don't some of them say they don't want anything?
I don't think so. It's been a while since I played it, to be honest with you. I keep thinking I should. I finally got GTA 5 installed on the Steam Deck. That wasn't what I was going to play. I was going to play Deathloop.
What, tonight?
No, when I was waiting for you.
Oh, right, because I have to say I'm quite enjoying Project Zomboid.
Really?
Yes, I enjoy watching you play it. I don't think I'd enjoy playing it, maybe quite so much, but
I would enjoy playing it with you.
Aw.
You know, it'd be nice to have to come and find you when you inevitably die.
I'd be fine. Come on, you fucking door open.
It's Rusty. Speaking of Rusty, this has just reminded me, and I don't know why, because his name's Scruffy. They're releasing more Futurama
Yeah.
on a weekly basis.
Are they still milking that fucking dog story?
I've not watched any of it yet. I'm going to wait until they are finished. Oh my god, run away from the forklift.
No, I need it.
I'm going to wait until the season's finished, I think, and then binge it. Because I have been spending most of my free time at the moment watching all the Halloween stuff I need to watch.
Wait, what was his dog? What was Fry's dog called? Because now that I think about it,
Seymour.
yeah, Scruffy's the janitor, isn't he?
Yeah. Who at one point fell in love with a mop bucket robot.
Yeah, I mean that's the future, isn't it?
And it fell in love with him.
Everybody's going to be fucking their toasters. As if they aren't already.
Yes. Going to be. Ha 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 ha. Oh! Okay, I've not been fucking it, but I bought a new appliance over the course of the last time we
Christ,
spoke.
what appliance was it?
I bought a coffee machine.
Oh,
One of those Tassimo ones where you put the pod
can you
things in.
afford
And
this middle class lifestyle you seem so desperate to lead?
I mean, I've got plenty of money.
Do you?
Don't tell people. I mean, I've got enough money. I mean, it was 40 quid from Lidl, so you know.
You're comfortable, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm.
Well, that's good.
I can browse for stuff I want. I'm even at the point where, okay,
Oh,
fine,
fucking
technically,
Nora.
I'm at that point where I should be spending it on getting out of debt, but I have got some savings
That's a bit of a fuck
as
up.
well. Something like 400 odd quid, 500 odd quid, but I have got savings then.
It's good.
That's more than most people.
Yeah, I'm saving up at the minute, but I mean, I have the luxury of being able to save up a large amount.
Hmm.
Um,
So, you know,
right, let's try this
I'm doing
again.
good. I can afford the coffee machine. I can't necessarily keep affording the pods because they're fucking expensive.
Da, 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 da.
God, we're going to get a copyright strike. Down, 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 down,
Here's a
down,
gun I
down,
won't
down,
use
down.
in this level.
If only I could play that on the guitar then.
You know, that's from a musical. Do you know what musical it's from? Do you know
No.
this? Called A House for Mr. Biz was.
Huh?
And
Today is Saturday,
what?
Wednesday, and
That's
Search.
Tiz was, isn't it?
yeah, I don't know what Tiz was stood for. I
What's it
can't
called
remember.
at Swap Shop? I don't know. Do I look a million? Fucking
Yes.
old people shit.
You're older than me, motherfucker.
Doesn't the sea look pretty?
No, it looks irradiated. He knew that having an ocean next to a nuclear power station was bad for the ocean.
That's what you do, you just pour shit into it, don't you? Let the fish
Yeah.
worry about that.
Well, it's how you get people like Blinky.
Yeah. People like Blinky, fucking hell, he's
Well, I'll be walking around
mutated more
soon.
than I thought.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what.
What?
You in that tone of voice there, it's just reminded me.
Oh.
Zero punctuation. You're familiar, of course.
Yeah.
You know that guitar riff that they have at the start.
Can I tell you something, just between friends?
You don't like it.
No, I don't like. I never liked the zero punctuation theme.
That's fine. I know you told me before.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. What they've done now is they've replaced it, or they've not replaced it. They've pushed it back by putting an advert in there, sponsored content
Yes.
in there, and then they put the theme in. And at the end of the thing, rather than have his joke at the end and then the music, which is quite a nice punchy thing,
Yeah.
they've instead got the joke at the end, another fucking advert for sponsored content, and then the guitar thing at the end. And it's like they've really fucked up the format there. Like,
Well, you know,
part of one of my favourite things is the way it ends, right? With the good joke that you know is coming, and then the follow up jokes in the credits.
Sure.
And they've
Try
fucked
the
it. They've
whole
done fucked
thing
it up. They fucked it up, Ben.
You ever watch Let's Drown Out?
No, I don't think so.
Right. Well, it's Yardley Crowshaw and his friend Gabriel. Back when he lived in Australia.
I think he still does.
No, he lives in the US now.
What, Crowshaw?
Yeah, he got married and moved to America. He lives in San Francisco.
He keeps talking about Australian prices for games. Like in recent videos.
Well, I guess, I don't know, he's got friends in Australia, used to live there. Australia has, like, really fucking expensive game prices, I don't know.
I know he's got a little dog.
Yes, and a baby.
Because he referenced he referenced how he has to do certain stuff, has to jump through certain hoops for people so that he can make money because he's got a dog that's used to the high life. That's what it's stupid like that. I mentioned that in one of the later videos. I subscribe to him on YouTube and I try and watch the latest one when it comes out. It's nice to see other people's content. It's like the only opinion source that I follow and actually follow it for the opinion.
Well, you see, I'm, as you know, I'm not a big gamer, but occasionally I will tune in if there's something that takes my fancy. And I did watch Let's Drown Out fairly religiously, but a lot of the views haven't aged particularly well. Though I think he's sort of become more progressive as the years have gone by, which is good. So, yeah, but a lot of the things doesn't necessarily age well in places, but I still think it's very funny. And it was I remember I used to listen to it when I was at uni and just yeah, I just lie in bed and listen to those, and it was good, easy listening to. You didn't have to think about anything. I swear there was only one of them, and this. Oh God! Ah!
You missed him. How did you miss at that distance?
There's two of them. It's very rude.
The you would quite like the yearly roundup videos that they do then for zero punctuation. You have it once at the start and once at the end of music, and they're like 4 hours long.
Oh, right.
And it's literally all the reviews they've done over the years, one after the other. Back at the start of COVID, I put some of them on YouTube while I was working, and then I got really into Dire Straits. The band, not the situation. He's below, down, down, down.
Ah.
Down. Oh, there's one there as well. Fair enough. There's one on the little balcony, like the facade thing.
Oh, there is one over there. Fucking hell. Oh, there, yeah, no, you're right, yeah. Thank you. And I know
You're
there's
welcome.
2 that pop up there at some point.
Oh, I hope you find some armor before they do, because you
I
are
do too.
fucked.
As long as I clear them out, it should be alright.
Well,
Right, now my camera does show. Where the people are. It should be
I want to go wherever people go.
outlined in green. So I know there's the guy over there still.
I feel like you'd be a really bad spy if you're really a spy.
Well, I would make the argument that James Bond is not a spy.
No, he's a terrorist.
He's an operative. He's an agent. He's a killer more than a reconnaissance man.
He's a terrorist.
He's not a terrorist.
He's a paid for terrorist.
He's not a
He's a
terrorist. I think.
Of course he is.
But
Tell me that the guy who literally drove a jet ski, or sorry, was shooting up from a jet ski through a Swiss ski lodge isn't a terrorist.
That's not what. Yeah, but what a terrorist's primary function is to spread terror for political or, personal reasons. He's not. His aim is not to spread terror. His aim is to do the British government's bidding.
Okay, what I'm telling you then. What?
There's still one of them left, and I'm in a very precarious position.
I'm not entirely sure you're going to make it.
See, I can make it.
No, it was close enough.
Not every shot will hit, and we're almost across. So.
Yeah, but you've still got to find where they are.
Oh shit! Come on!
I would say that he's closer to a terrorist than he is a spy. He's not a good person.
Well, no, I often argue that anyone who wants to be James Bond doesn't understand who James Bond is, because James Bond is a pretty fucking damaged guy.
Yeah.
He is not well. He, all the puns and all the sex and all the drinking is just a coping mechanism for an incredibly stressful job.
You have one bullet in that gun.
Very difficult home life. Like he was orphaned from a young age. He was expelled from Eton after some quote trouble with a maid. He's not a well man, but he's exactly the sort of guy you probably want in that situation, because he's going to throw himself into it and not really care a great deal about the consequences. And that's why he had sex with a lot of women, because it's a stressful situation. He's a very damaged person, is James Bond. And
You know who else is a very damaged person?
Grimace.
Your mother.
My mother's lovely.
I didn't say she wasn't lovely. I said she was damaged.
She's had some trouble, but she's coped with it very well.
Well, she's less damaged than me. And you.
True that.
You're damaged.
Yeah.
You're damaged goods, Ben. I wouldn't touch you with yours.
Okay, I wasn't asking you to.
Oh, that's all right then.
How do I get back?
You don't. You have to. You have to jump onto the ledge. Oh.
Oh.
Do, 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 do. You don't have an awful lot of health, Ben, and you're about to go into a room. Oh, there you go. That sort of saved you some hassle.
Now I know what the deal with this is.
I was thinking something whilst watching one of these horror movies that I've been watching lately,
Yeah.
and that's that. Whilst there is a horror movie killing spree going on, and all the cops are running around doing all that kind of trying to stop the killer,
Yeah.
that's the best time to be a normal criminal.
Yeah. It's like
There was
best time to commit a murder was 9/11.
there was a point in one of the films where one of the cops said all units converge on such and such place, and anyone
this
that
guy
wasn't at
doing?
that place, I believe it's called the Running Man.
He's pretending to be.
Like if
He's
you
doing it as
wanted to
well.
rob a bank, the best time to do it is when there's a proper serial killer, major investigation going on, because they ain't got time for you.
Yeah, it's when there's or a bomb, as you said with the Die Hard thing, calling a bomb threat. We're not giving you advice, listener, but calling a bomb threat and watch the piggies run.
The like because I was watching the Scream films, as you know.
Yeah.
Scream 3 was probably the most realistic in that sense because there was a criminal investigation going on, but there was like 2 cops on it, and everyone else was just doing their stuff. You still only got 1 bullet in that gun.
Not anymore.
Oh no, now you've got 20. Okay. And it's like that is the most realistic aspect of the entire series, is that there was an actual normal police presence instead of everyone is involved in stopping this one person, or sometimes, spoiler alert, 2 or 3 people from killing everyone. Now, no, you don't necessarily go for realism when you watch a horror film, right?
Well, Scream sort of sets itself up as a. We had this conversation that the issue with Scream is that it sets itself up as a meta thing.
And it does a good job of it.
Yeah, but you do sort of fuck yourself over when you start getting unrealistic with it.
See, I don't know at what point it necessarily becomes unrealistic. Beyond the fact that everyone seems to keep wanting to kill using this one particular outfit.
It's
Like,
just
it's
the
very-
same thing keeps happening again and again and again.
To mostly the same people. You know, Courtney Cox is in all 6 films. She's constantly involved in Ghostface and copycat Ghostface killers.
Is what's her face in the Sydney in it?
Neve Campbell,
Yeah,
she's in 5 of them.
right.
People ask if she is coming for the 6th one, like during the 6th one, if they ask if Sydney's coming, and they're like, no, she deserves her happy ending.
They
And
changed their fucking tune, didn't they?
yeah, she kept out of it. She's back. Well, hello there.
Trying to catch up with you.
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Well, thank you
No.
for saving me in this. What I can only presume is a very uncomfortable leather fucking catsuit thing.
He wanted to put his pipe in her rather than crawl out of a pipe in front of her.
Yeah.
Say to a little nap.
He couldn't get into those trousers. Oh my god,
Been
who fakes being dead?
betrayed By this, it was a tranquilizer dart. Because if we couldn't
Oh.
see her, how long have we been going?
About an hour 20 now.
One more, do you think?
Up to you.
Well, it's a fairly quick one, I have to say.
Go on then.
Then these ones get a little difficult, so
It'll give me an opportunity to mention something that happened in Scream 4.
all right.
They used a CGI knife for the killings. CGI knife rather than one of those ones where you stab and it retracts into the handle.
This is the first time we meet the villain.
What, the guy with the glasses behind you?
No, him.
Oh, okay.
It's the first time James Bond meets him.
What does it sound like?
Oh, he's talking about how, well, he's figured out that she's the French agent and is not actually
Don't understand.
from the agency. So she's gonna get thrown off the top of the building now.
Oh no, Madame Le Pussyfuck
Let's,
is actually a secret agent.
let's see if we can save her.
Monsieur Mange Cunt. Look, you gotta make stupid jokes, right? It's James Bond.
But I wanted you to enjoy this moment first.
Well, there we go.
Oh no,
Right,
the women are punching each other
time
over
to
a table.
save the Bond girl. Oh fuck.
Oh, she did.
Well, that didn't work. A bit slow on the fucking draw there, James. But not to worry. Yes,
We
I
can
think that's a really.
bust our way into an elevator.
It sort of makes me wonder because, like, he does mention when he tells Kiko to push Dominique off the roof, like, clean up the mess. But I mean,
Security alert. The elevators have been
you know,
temporarily disabled for your protection.
that's gonna
Have a
be
nice day.
pretty fucking obvious to passers-by. Now you may recognise this as the place we went through with the tranquilizer gun, if you were paying any sort of attention.
You weren't using a tranquilizer gun. You were punching people.
Yes. Well, we have to go through it again. Only this time it's open, and there's some
Yeah.
workers in.
What happens if you shoot the workers?
You lose.
Don't shoot her.
I swear to God.
No, James, don't do it.
This is what happens if you work longer than you're supposed to, kids. You know, leave when
Yeah.
you're scheduled to leave.
I keep leaving at like 2 minutes past 5 at the moment.
Yeah, I'm up and out of there by 5. But
Right? I mean, I finish at 5, right? Oh my God, why is Q calling you?
it's not. We put the Q worm in.
I know I'm.
It's not particularly subtle, is it?
No.
It's like you
No,
think
it's not.
we'd have better ways to.
You set a bunch of those screens up, you could have a rave. Not that we would ever have a rave
A
before.
quave.
We're not the sort of people to do raving.
No.
We'd be raving mad. Ooh.
Speed dating. I'd be better off speed skating.
No, you wouldn't. You've got no sense of balance.
What makes you say that? You've never seen me balance.
I've seen you walk.
That's a really mean thing to say to an old friend.
What, that I've seen you walk? I've known you for a long time. Why is he rappelling down?
Because
He would have been much better off getting the jump on you by sneaking down the stairs behind
I
you.
know, right?
Judo chopping.
Well, it sort of works for gameplay because you are so focused with the people on the ground, you don't notice.
Well,
Sometimes
that just
that,
shows how bad a job
someone's
he
slightly
does.
above you.
It demonstrates how bad he does his job if he's focused on the gameplay and not on, you know.
Yes, it's like if you were trying to kill someone, you were thinking, okay, how would I do this if I was an NPC in a video game?
How would I do this if I was an NPC in a video game? The answer is I wouldn't.
It only really works if you are. And I'm going to be honest, you almost certainly aren't.
No, I would not be an NPC. I'd be a main character.
Oh, I'd be an NPC.
See, I know enough about video games that I could make myself the main character.
I think I'd be someone who gives you a very annoying side quest.
Ah, yes. One small favour. Speaking of one small favour, that was the obviously the famously annoying and rather long RuneScape quest.
Oh yes, that's right. It's like you have to get a tiny thing for someone, but that person wants something, and that person wants something. You know, it goes on
Yeah.
and on, doesn't it?
Just forever and ever and ever and ever. They have released a new skill in RuneScape.
Oh, can I guess what it is?
Go ahead.
Taxidermy.
You know what? You are incredibly close.
Is it like trophy making or something? Stuffing,
No.
painting, or art? Or something?
You are less. You are getting further away from it.
I'm going to be honest. I think taxidermy was the closest I was ever going to get. What is it?
Necromancy.
Huh.
See why it was a sort of close to taxidermy.
Yes, I was going the wrong way with it. What's
You were well. I did say you were in the wrong way, but
Can you what's the practical application of that?
it's for combat. But I've not actually done any of the stuff to learn it yet.
Fucking pack it up, pack it in.
It came. It let me begin. I came to win, but on me that's a sin. Anyway, I haven't done any of the necromancy yet. It only came out on Monday or Tuesday, and I've kept away from it because it's pissed me off a little bit. Mostly because I'd got top level in all the skills, right, or 99 in all the skills. But now that they've brought out a new one, I can't use my max cape anymore. I need to
Oh,
get to
no.
99 in this new one. So it's sort of like it's put me off wanting to rush and do it.
Fuck you, let's send a helicopter down. Another 17 karaoke bars leveled. I'm doing the Lord's work.
Would you ever go to a karaoke bar?
Yeah,
Would you ever go to one with me?
no.
No, you don't want to. I can't see.
Well, I can. No, I can't.
No, you can't.
I'm better than I thought, but still very poor.
You should go on X Factor.
No, I shouldn't. Well, yeah, we've got to ride this lift down. Awfully big building. And all staffed by one company, it seems. Which is not how skyscrapers work. Well, very few.
The HSBC building only has one company in it,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
actually, I think there are. Yeah, you're right. There are a few, but they're only the really, really big. So I guess this must be a massive fucking corporation.
Boop, beep, boop.
Oh,
I'm going to
shit.
drop the bomb.
Well, watch this.
Ha 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 ha. Yes, let's laser the explosives. That'll definitely not set it off.
Yes, this is the only time, incidentally, that you use your laser watch to disarm satchel charges. Just like that EMP pulse we used in the opening. That's the only time we use that. We're never going to use the speed boost after the opening. And we're never going to do the char slide thing.
Let's be entirely honest, though. Very important here. He only ever had one practical use for the trousers that turned into jam as well. So, you know.
Well, that's true, but...
You know. There's only so many times you can go to that kind of party.
That was a bad place to fucking hang, wasn't it?
Was.
Oh yes, it took them a while to fucking suss that out. Jesus.
And they were standing
Oh,
far too close to it.
no. What a remarkably soft landing.
Well, but to be fair, the brakes do tend to apply on those sorts of things.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you think we'd jump a little bit?
How did this happen? We're smarter than this.
Probably not.
No, it's
What's that from?
It's from Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, that's right.
They're walking down a hallway and it just suddenly gets surrounded by beams that mean they can't walk. It's like, how did this happen? It's like, because it's in the script, everyone. Read the fucking script.
Yes, we've gone the reverse way we did in that stealth mission where I punched all those minimum wage workers. Which is nice, but it also saves the design team the effort of coming up with a unique level.
Yeah.
Yoink.
Anything to make it so that, you know, video game makers' work was a lot simpler back then. Not like the good old days. Oh my god, he did a mostly pointless roll.
That was good timing.
How did she survive?
I don't know why they're not shooting the shit out of her. It's very kind of them to just assume that this is some drunk white tourist who has crashed through the middle of the fucking lobby.
Without damaging the car at all.
Well, apparently she hacked the security systems and saw us desperately avoiding the temptation to shoot a secretary. But our French squeeze is dead, and our Japanese potential squeeze has betrayed us. And on this dark note, we'll leave Nightfire for tonight.
But name's bye. Goodbye.
Yes, we'll pick this up next week, and then the week after we'll do some multiplayer. So
But just to clarify, Ben will do some multiplayer.
yes.
Because I can't play with him.
So on that note, the name's bye.
Hang on.
Bye.
I did that joke.
I'll edit it out. Bye.